What is going on, everyone? It's Alonna with 570 Press. I'm coming at you live from the fabulous Encore Rehearsal Studios here in Archbald. As you can see, their awesome little graffiti wall. And I am here with the guys from Know Your Enemy. How are you guys doing today?
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I have to ask the question. By any chance, was your name inspired by that Green Day song, Know Your Enemy?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I remember like watching wrestling and I would always hear that Green Day song. And then when I heard your name, I was like, wow, I've heard that before.
No, it was inspired by Rage Against the Machine song, Know Your Enemy.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Love Rage.
And it was, and we used to do a lot more Rage covers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. So we kind of, we don't do as many now because we're not playing because there's a pandemic going on and all that.
Right.
But yeah, we used to do, I guess, like 5 or 6 Rage covers. We're really huge Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I love them.
So,
yeah.
They're definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. I always see this meme, though, and it says they never specify which machine they're raging against. And it's like, is it a printer? I mean, maybe. Yeah. So why don't you guys just introduce yourselves, what you do in the band?
I'm Steve, I play bass.
I'm Steve, I play bass. No, I'm Franz, I sing.
I'm Byron, I play drums.
Cool.
I'm Jason, I play guitar and backing vocals.
Cool. Cool. So how long have you guys been a band?
48 years?
Seems like it, yeah.
We're all vampires.
Wow, you guys have been around longer than Kiss. Damn.
Well, no, originally when Kiss, they were actually called Smooch.
Yeah.
And then we hung out with them we got drunk, and we were like, Kiss is way better, especially with your long tongue. Yeah. We've been a band since, I would say, like 2013, 2014. Right? But we've all, known each other. So, for example, I've known Steve for about 15 years, and I've known Jason since 2008. Yeah. And then Byron is the newest guy. He's been with us for a year, since October 2019. Right? Yeah.
Nice.
2018. 19. I know the year felt longer.
Yeah. That's okay. Sometimes I forget what year it is. One time at my old job, I had the date and email, and this was in 2019. I put 2010. I was about 9 years off. Anyway. Yeah. So in terms of, the pandemic, how has that affected you guys as musicians? Has it made you guys stronger in your songwriting, kind of more the same?
I would say our songwriting got better.
Yeah.
Definitely. However, the problem with being a musician or an artist is that everything outside of what you're actually wanting to work on affects how you work on your projects.
Right.
So everything makes a big difference. To say that the pandemic didn't stifle us majorly, it would be a lie. Yeah. So as far as writing, I would say the last few songs, even now. So I would say we put 2 out, right? We put a video out, and we put 2 tracks out last year. And then we got 2 new ones that we're going to put out hopefully before the end of the summer. And they're so much better, in my opinion. The feeling, it's just like the purpose of these songs, it's just, they're way different. I guess the pandemic made it easier to make things more personal.
Yeah.
So it was a lot, songs that are a lot closer to my heart.
Right. Yeah.
Even though I don't really write all the music. I mean, actually, everybody kind of takes part in that, so it's not like this song is dear to me. It's because we have this connection that
right.
It's kind of like somebody will bring in a riff or something, and we all just jam on it until we have a song.
Somewhat,
right.
Yeah, something like that.
The Falling.
Yeah.
The Falling was all this dude.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying he brought it in.
This guy came in, he was beatboxing drum beats.
And we squished it together.
He's singing lyrics and shit. And we were like, we're not doing any of that, and then we wrote The Falling.
Yeah, we were just like, nope, we're not doing that. So instead, so what do you think is the most personal song you guys have released thus far?
I'm sure we all have a different one.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the same. It can all be different answers.
Which one's nearest and dearest to your heart?
I really love Back to Sleep. It's, lyrically, it's really good, but musically, it's really intense.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps an interesting pace the whole song.
It's tough for me to pick one out.
Really?
Really tough.
Think back. You wrote a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I know that's why it's hard to pick one.
It is hard to pick one.
So here, we'll go back to you.
Honestly, and it's more recently that it's become this way, is the song Scarecrow. Basically, the point of it.
Right.
And I love this. It has a lot of meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Outlaw originally, but now we have an unreleased song that's way more personal for me. But I'm not going to talk about it because it's unreleased.
Yeah.
It's called The Falling, and if everybody wants to hear it, just like us on Facebook or on Instagram, and when we put the song out and the video out, you guys will absolutely get notification.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool, yeah.
It's called The Falling, but right now, if you really wanted to hear what song is most personal, I would say Outlaw from the Root of All Evil album. It's really, once you hear the lyrics, you'll be like, oh, he's talking about himself. So, I mean, it's obvious, a little more obvious.
Right. All right, we're back to you now.
Jeez.
Were you thinking about it?
I was thinking. I mean, it's not my favorite to play, but as far as the lyrics are concerned, Poison's a good one.
Poison's a great song.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
Girl.
There's Bob in the background. I think that was Bob. If it was somebody else, I'd be like, oh, shit, sorry.
Bob knows. No, he knows the
song,
song.
yeah.
That's part of like the inside joke of the origins of the song Poison.
Yeah.
It's like Little Girl. It's like the original idea for the song was Little Girl, and then we changed it to Poison, and we kind of smooth things around and stuff.
Nice.
There's a music video for that one too on our YouTube, so if you guys want to check it out.
Hell yeah, yeah. I was checking out some of them. My favorite video, though, was Sway, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone says that.
Yeah.
Even like our manager was like, "You guys gotta write another Sway."
Yeah.
He was like, "Try to write another Sway." My brother told me that. My cousin told me that. My nephew told me that. It's like, all right, dude. You don't write. You don't just say, "Well, I'm gonna write another song that sounds like one of your ones."
Yeah.
It's like, what comes to you, and it's just that time of your life.
I think The Falling is going to be another song.
I think The Falling is an amazing song.
It is.
It's really, really going to take us. It's going to move us up a notch for sure, as far as sonically.
Musically,
Right, yeah.
It's I can't wait. I'm dying. I wish we could put it out first, but we got other songs to put out first.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear it, obviously. Download on Napster. I'm kidding. Nobody even uses Napster anymore. I hope to God they don't, but you never know. There may be that one guy.
We would make the same amount of money on Napster as we do on like Spotify and stuff like that.
Yeah, for real.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yo, Spotify's become the new Napster.
Sure
For
has.
real.
Yeah, except it's legal. That's the only difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we actually get pretty good like plays and stuff on Spotify. But again, Spotify doesn't really care about the artist.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It doesn't seem that way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
More about just getting your share of whatever they can get.
Right.
Although it's a great platform to get out there, it's still.
Well, that's part of being in a band. Is like most of being in a band when you start is you're just working for your own satisfaction, because the financial part of it, you're just making money for other people.
Oh yeah.
You go, you play a venue, you might get some percentage, but the realistic thing is that the venue is the one who's hosting the show. They put it together, they sell all the beer, they organize
They'll
it.
give you free beer, maybe.
If they really like you, if the bartender likes you. But other than that, it's just what it is. Like Spotify, and there's a ton of them. I would even go. The craziest part of all of it is that there's other streaming services. There's like hundreds of them, and there's so many more that pay way better than Spotify. Light years, like triple what Spotify pays you for your plays.
But Spotify
And no one uses them.
Spotify has the market share.
No
Oh, yeah.
one uses them. No one promotes them. You hardly ever even hear about them.
Yeah.
And it's musicians would do themselves. I believe they would do themselves a service by, promoting those other services.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because especially some musicians, they say everywhere you listen to music, the first place that comes to my mind is Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. That's it.
Right.
And then there's Tidal and Deezer and iHeartRadio and everything else. I didn't even know that until I released my own song, that all those other ones existed. Yeah, I feel like like you said, if musicians would use that to their advantage and promote those ones, you could kind of get those and I don't know if you'd knock Spotify completely off, but you can knock them down. Yeah.
Just level the playing field a little bit.
Exactly.
That's all. I think there needs to be any company that takes a giant, major share of the market is a monopoly in some way.
Exactly.
So Spotify happens to be a monopoly when it comes to
Spotify
streaming.
and Apple Music, they got the monopoly.
And Amazon is really close too,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
everyone who has an Alexa, if you ask your Alexa to play a song, she goes to Amazon Music and plays it from there.
Mhm.
So we all know Amazon. They don't give a shit about it,
Yep. Exactly. So, what was the turning point for each of you individually that you decided you wanted to become musicians?
Jeez, I've been playing since I was
Yeah.
5. I come from a musical family, so it was just genetically built into me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather was a bluegrass guitarist. And when I was real little, I mean, he passed away when I was 4, but even still, I can remember him playing and me just sitting there like, mesmerized.
Yeah.
Now, I've always had music in my life. I would say, probably about 10 years old. There's 100 stories I could tell you, but it's just at a very young age, I knew that I wanted to be. I would say, me and my brother, my older brother, when we were really little kids, we had bunk beds. So at nighttime before we go to bed, we would sing songs to each other, and I would sing my own lyrics that I would make up myself. And he would always tell me like, "No, you got to sing a real song." And I was like, so when I think back to it, it's like, it's been in me since I can remember.
Mhm.
And it's always been I'm Puerto Rican, so my family has always had music at every event and all the time. It's just like something that's always in the background.
Mhm.
I remember being 9 years old and eating breakfast with my grandpa while he's like fixing breakfast, and I'm sitting there at the table with a little cup of coffee and a boiled egg, and he's listening to like old Spanish music from the 50s and stuff. So it's like it's always been there. I can't
Great.
really pick a date or an age.
I've always been into music, but I started playing when I was about 13.
Mhm.
My dad had an acoustic. I just started messing around with it. And then, at that time, I could just go on the internet and look up tabs, and it was like so easy just to play like a Green Day song or a Nirvana song. And from there, I just wanted to learn more and more, and I just kept playing.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I started playing when I was 9.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, and I respect that a lot. And what you were saying with tabs, a lot of people don't know that, if you know tabs, you can pretty much teach yourself any song. I remember once I was in college and this girl told me, she's like, you have to know how to read and write music. I'm like, okay, I do, but you don't have to technically. Because I can guarantee you these big bands, most of them probably don't even know the first thing about theory. Because first of all, especially some of these artists that have songwriters, you really think that they're sitting there being like, oh, hey, are you doing this like in 4/4? Like, no, they don't care.
Although you got to think about it, like even jazz drummers back in the day, jazz musicians are like the most educated musicians there are, classical and jazz musicians. But back in the day, jazz drummers didn't even know how to read music.
Exactly.
That's how we ended up getting rhythms,
Mhm.
like words that sound like what you play.
Exactly. Yeah. So I will give you guys one more question and then let you guys get back to what you were doing. So what can we expect from you guys in the future? Obviously, new music.
yeah, 2 songs. Hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have them both out.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that we're going to get a little older.
Definitely. More gray hairs.
What can you expect? Well, if we could get things in order as far as society, then maybe we could take advantage of all of the people that we've met over the last year and place more shows further away. So touring, definitely more music videos. There's gonna be surprises. Because I feel like we're at a turning point as far as sound. So there's some things that are going to be a little different. I don't want to say that we're going to change what we do, but it's probably going to, because it's a form of art, and art changes as you do. So I mean,
Natural progression.
Yep.
yeah.
Always evolving.
Yep. So there's going to be surprises. I can guarantee, but the real green light is going to be once everything settles down and the venues open up and people are allowed to do things, but
Play everywhere.
that's it. Wow. Not everyone,
Oh no, not that.
they won't have us anymore.
No,
No,
they hate us.
it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm all right about it.
Yep.
I'm good.
Hey, I mean, you got to be hated by at least one person, right?
That's true. That's part of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because people who hate you, they're still talking about you. So
That's right.
exactly.
Bad PR is good PR.
Yeah. Yo, that's what Gene Simmons says. All PR is good PR. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. This is Know Your Enemy, and catch them tonight live on the Encore Studios Facebook page. They're about to get back to that since I stole them away from that. Anyway, so check them out anywhere. These guys are awesome. This is Alonna with 570 Press, and we will catch you next time.